Doing what's good. Okay. One of two YouTube streams is live. I'm gonna start the other stream in a second. Have you guys been what's good? Me and Meta have some stuff to catch up on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's been a bit.
Yeah, it's been a month or so. Man, I have some updates for you. And there's also just some other updates that have happened in, in the gaming sphere and whatnot. Okay, let me do this thing. I was have to like mute myself in the stream together thing. Okay, I think that should be working now. Okay, we are live everywhere. Oh, sweet. Let me just pop this over here and then hide it.
Go to the stage select just to show it.
All right, boom. Stage select. Okay, so you're up to the dartboard. Dude, the badminton shuttle is that's 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 intense. That one.
Insane.
The 7.5 hours and 14,000 attempts is crazy on there. Okay, so I am currently 4 ahead of you, I think, because I've done dart, bounce ball, marble spiral, and plastic cup, which took me a while. That was
you're
like,
on the final boss.
well, I'm on like the one that I've seen Northern Lion have the most shorts from, so it's probably gonna be like the longest one. I've already spent 2 hours on it and like 2,000 attempts, so yeah, we're gonna get back into it. I think we can just start. Let's do it.
All right.
We be Jackson on our bokies till we stream. Yo, what's good? Yeah, today's gonna be a long stream, by the way, guys. Long stream today. I've got a bunch of things we're streaming. YouTube stream I'll break up into like 2 segments though. Yo, Star Sheridan. I know, guys, bro, chill the fuck out with the YouTube live notification. Whoa, what happened? What was the deal? What did I do? I need to like relearn how to like curve these guys. Okay, I see. Would you like just a little throw like that to get that guy? And then like a slightly bigger throw to get that guy. And then to get that one at the top, we kind of just have to go like something like that. There's gonna be once we complete, this is gonna be the craziest game we've ever completed.
Absolutely.
All right, I've relearned how the stage works. I'm ready to just vibe. So yeah, what have you been up to, Meta? What's been going on in your world?
A lot of climbing and outdoor activities. I feel like that's usually what happens when I'm not here. But then I think there was one week where it was just like it was the start of the heat, and I was like, I feel horrible. I do not have the energy to stream.
Honestly, that's fair. Yeah, I've been seeing that it's like there's a heat wave going through or something.
Yeah.
How are you beating the summer heat?
Uh, by just outlasting it. just
Fair.
just exist in it long enough until it's not as noticeable.
That's fair. That's a good strat. It's cold showered up.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fun. That's good. I've been getting together with friends and stuff. Dude, I gotta
Nice.
wait. Why am I at 2 out of 3? Have I already thrown one? Okay, I don't know. Oh. Oh no, because there's 2 left. Right, I'm just reading the thing wrong. Actually, we should discuss bad news first, and then get to the good news.
Okay.
Have you heard about the mango situation?
I have.
Dude, I'm so disappointed, man.
It's kind of crazy.
For anybody who doesn't know, there was a Ludwig hosted a Super Barrier Kart tournament, which is like a thing that he's hosted, I think, like 2 other times, where people drink a lot and play Mario Kart. I don't remember what the exact rules of it are. It's like every time you do a lap, you have to take a beer or something. To down a beer. Mango got pretty wasted, as he usually does. But he started, like, air humping everything, and that included, streamer Maya from the back of her head. And so the clip of that, like, circulated around, and people were pretty, like, weirded out by it, saying, like, what the hell is Mango doing? This is, like, sexual assault or something insane. So that kind of blew up, and there were talks of, like, is he gonna get banned from tournaments, whatever. Then he, I think he posted, like, an apology. He posted multiple apologies, like, kind of one after another. And then his sponsor, Cloud9, dropped him after over 11 years with him. They've been together since 2013, so that's pretty crazy. Eurobex. And then he's now been... I think that he was banned from Supernova, which is, like, the upcoming, like, major Smash tournament. And then his Twitch account's been banned now, as of, like, the last update.
His Twitch account got banned, really?
His Twitch account is banned as we speak. I was thinking of making like a video about this. I know a bunch of people have already been making videos probably, but I've actually met Mango in person. I have a photo with him. So I might do that maybe. Potential YouTube video where I will cover more of my more serious thoughts. Might be in the works maybe. But that sort of bummed me out, so I didn't stream yesterday. I'm like, how asleep, man? I've been up over 24 hours. Why have you been up for 24 hours, Urbix? You should get some sleep, man. But yeah, disappointed in him. But I'm glad there's like repercussions. I think that's like a good precedent.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Senna, any chance we'll be under 9,000 times No, we're gonna be way over 9,000 tries for this. Definitely, I'm gonna get like 20,000 tries easily. Like I feel like this might be like one of the hardest trick shots. We're gonna be here for a while. But it's good to have that expectation, you know. I can't expect to get out of this like too easily. Anyway, that's the bad news out of the way. I don't know if you have any thoughts about that you want to share, Meta.
It's a thing where I like repercussions. However,
Agreed, yeah.
I think a lot of communities are very big on like no apology is good enough, never allowed back. And I don't fully agree with that mindset. Obviously, I mean, I don't it's too early to see how this will like fully play out,
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
but like obviously shouldn't have happened, drunk or not, right?
Mm.
But it does seem like he's apologetic.
Yeah, his apology, I
There
saw
should still
the longer apology he put out. He seemed pretty genuine, so I think that was a good apology. And if he actually does take the
right.
time to like, you know, I think he said he was gonna maybe go into rehab or something like that for like alcoholism or whatever. Like if that
Mm-hmm.
is the path he takes, I think that's good. And you know, I would like to see like a redemption arc where he comes back and he's competing again and he's like a better than ever version of himself kind of thing. Like that could be cool. I would like to see that.
Right. Like obviously, you know, you still need the repercussions. Like an apology doesn't just instantly mean you're allowed back.
Yeah. Yo, Colin. To get rid of the unsub button. You tell me you don't love TrickShot Simulator? This is one of the greatest games ever made. Dude, we're going till we finish. Or at least I am, I don't know. I plan on finishing this game. We're gonna get it
In
done.
20 years when we finish this game,
It's gonna be good.
you'll be happy you were here in these trying times as a chatter.
Yeah. You'll be like, oh my god, I got to see him do that kind of thing. Well, I'm thinking I might put together like a supercut at the very end of all the trick shots. But yeah, I feel like I'm like largely on the same page as you, Meta. In totally unrelated other news, I've gotten obsessed with a Japanese reality
Yeah.
TV show.
Yes, you have.
So the story is, um, I have a friend who I play Baldur's Gate with and stuff, and he's like fluent in Japanese, so he's like sending us like stuff from Japan randomly sometimes. And we were watching like a drama show together, and it was kind of like wacky and cheesy and whatever. But then there's like this reality TV show that he came across somehow on like on Twitter or something. I don't even remember how he found it. It just came across and he was like, "Oh, this looks like a really wacky, silly kind of show. Let's watch an episode of it together." So we were all like, "Yeah, okay, let's watch this dumb reality TV show together." So we all sat down and we like watched an episode and it was like kind of wacky, but it was like a fun experience. So we watched it kind of like ironically for the first episode, and then we watched like the episode 2, and then like drama started happening in the show, and then we all got like pretty invested. I got really invested really fast. Like for context as well, for what the show is, this Japanese TV show is called, like the shortened name is Kyosuke, which is like short for Kyo Skiri Narimasu, which is like Today I Fell in Love or something like that. It's like a cheesy sort of title. But the setup for it is like the producers of the show get 5 guys, 5 girls together, and for 3 days they're like they're at a resort or like some holiday destination. Like for the current season, they're in Ha Long in Vietnam, which is like this really really pretty place, like a bunch of these tiny little islands. So there was like in these scenic places. There was like a New Zealand season as well, where they were like feeding sheep. So they have like they're always like in some place in the world, some like holiday kind of destination essentially. Okay, wait, hold. Okay, all right.
Ooh.
I was 2 out of 3 in, but I practiced this last one a couple times. But so that's kind of like the general setup. The producers like come up with various. Sorry, these are your row of like arrows, your darts. It's like one arc of them. Um, the producers come up with like these fun little challenges and um like activities and date ideas or whatever for them to go on, and they kind of like randomly get selected via like drawing out of a hat or whatever. And there's like a decision about like, okay, is it going to be the girls who make the first move, or is it the guys who make the first move? Like it's all kind of determined by like random draws and stuff like that, and that kind of determines like the pace of the show and like who's making the first move and that sort of stuff. And it's kind of random each time. What happened was like during the previous season. Also, actually, just to preface this as well, this show has been running. It's a reality TV show. It's been running since 2017. If Meta Forever. I don't know if you know how many seasons it has. If you had to guess how many seasons the show has, what would be like your guess? Like how many seasons do you think this thing has?
Well, if it's been since 2017, then 24.
Yeah, that's a fairly reasonable guess. It's over 60. Which is
Huh?
an insane amount. They run the show every week. There's an episode, and every season is 5 episodes long. So there's been like 60 seasons or something insane. It's just there's never a break. It's always running. It's crazy. Also, your raging dog. What's good? So it's like there's always stuff happening. But yeah, it's like the real time events like take place over 3 days, and it's split over 5 episodes per season basically. So there's always
Yeah, I
shit
guess if
running.
it's only 3 days, like you would do multiple per seasonal. Because I was just like splitting it up, like okay, well, eight 8 years, 4 seasons per year.
Mm.
Meta, you're interpreting this problem wrong. You need to visualize the dart and coin as two parabolas intersecting perpendicularly. You're right. I haven't been doing
You're right. You
that.
pull the badminton once I can sleep. Meta survived that one. He thrived.
I'm never going back.
He's free from badminton.
Also, hey, Yoha. Hey, Rian.
Yeah, so I we watched that first episode of that season that just passed, the last season. And there was a girl who I was like we decided it was like a sports thing where we're gonna pick somebody to root for, basically, a little bit. Kind of, it was an unspoken thing, but it just sort of naturally happened. And the person that I started rooting for is like, there's this girl who is very like cutesy wootsy. She's really like pop idol coded a little bit. She has those kinds of mannerisms, which can either like be fun or like a like put you off, depending on if it's like too strong or whatever. But there was like the part where I was won over was like there was a section where they went out to get funny hats, so they took like a group photo together at like one of those photo booths, and then made dumb faces.
Hmm.
And she got the dumbest hat. It was like a shark that was like it looked like a shark hat that was like eating her head, and she made like the dumbest face. So I was like, okay, she's the best. I'm gonna root for her. That was Hina. That's who my profile picture was for like the last week before. And then what happened was shortly after that, like she had a person that she was crushing on or whatever, but she got immediately rejected by him, and then she like started crying all this stuff. I was
Hey.
like, damn, that sucks. I feel bad. Right? Now I'm like emotionally invested in the show at this point. But so she was kind of like out or whatever. She didn't really have any other guys on the show that she was interested in pursuing or anything like that, and everybody else had like made their bonds, kind of thing. Then at the end of the season, um, another thing actually is that's surprising is like they don't have to become couples and stuff in the show, which I didn't actually know going into it. They announced like the last season that just happened, which was like last month basically, that it was there was a couple that was formed, and they're like, this is the first couple that's been formed this year. And so seeing as like there's an episode every single week, that means like the entire year of seasons there's been no couples so far. I'm like, wow, okay, that sort of spoiled all the previous seasons in a way, because now there's no couples in any of the previous seasons. But I was like just surprised by that by a little bit. Um, anyway, at the end of the season, they were like teasing, um, like the new season basically. Like once the season was finished, like, oh, next season is gonna be like this, and they were showing preview, like footage from it and stuff. And they were showing off like the cast members basically, and they're like, oh, there's gonna be some new people and some people who are returning from a previous season. And the girl I was rooting for, who got rejected this last season, she was one of the people coming back. So I was like, oh my god, we have to stand harder than ever before. She was like coming back with a vigor. She was like, okay, this time round, like I'm gonna be more aggressive and all that stuff. I'm like, yes, let's go. So I got a custom shirt printed with her face on it
Oh my god.
for like when me and my friends, because we were watching it in person. We were getting together and like watching it on the TV kind of thing. So I got it for that. Dude, it goes hard. The shirt looks like so tacky. But so that's been fun. Now, the season that's started airing, there's only 2 episodes out so far. Um, the first episode aired, and it was really like it was fun. It was chill. The people on this season seem like slightly more interesting. Like they're more interesting characters this time around than last season, slightly, maybe a little bit. Um, and I like the location more. Like Vietnam is really really pretty, and they're doing more interesting stuff. So I'm excited for it. Hina, the person I was rooting for, she's like very aggressively gone after some guys or whatever. So she's like had some good moments, and she went on like a cute date, and she's like Hina's stocks are rising right now. I'm investing. I'm getting like returns. Things are looking really good on Hina's side. And then there's like other characters too. Like you end up I feel like kind of liking multiple people in these kinds of shows, or like rooting for multiple people. There's another girl who's like the youngest one on the season called Serena, and she's the person in my profile picture right now. But part of the reason why I put her there was because like her arc in the second episode was really sad. There's this guy who was like the producers try to like listen in on conversations and figure out like who likes who, and then they draw like these charts to show you like who's crushing on who and whatever. And not that many people like mentioned Serena as like a person that they were like interested in or whatever. And this Rui guy, he mentioned like, oh, I'm interested in 3 people, and this is when he was talking to Hina. And she was like, oh, that's a lot. I like gave him this funny face or whatever. But they had like a good time, and then he was like, okay, well, actually, I'm interested in 4 people now, and he put Hina into his 4 as well. And he's like interested in 4 of the girls except for Serena. Then that's like the context you need. For in episode 2, they were doing like other sort of dates. They split up like the people between like a few different kinds of dates. and Serena and Rui and like a few other people were doing like a hanging out at a house and like launching fireworks into the sky kind of thing. It's like a chill sort of hangout or whatever. It was chill. And Serena wanted to talk to Rui because she was like kind of interested in him or whatever. So she asked one of the other guys like, "Hey, like what should I do? I want to talk to him, but I don't know how to go about it," kind of thing. And he's like, "Oh, you should just like try get some like one-on-one time with him and just talk for a little bit and get to know him kind of thing." And she's like, "Okay, that's a good idea." And then he like got like the other people to leave basically so that she could talk to him one-on-one. And they were talking one-on-one and they were talking and having a nice time, and she was uh, like fun, and he was having a good time or whatever. And then she asked him like, "Okay, so do you have anybody that you're interested in?" And he's like, "Yeah, actually I have 4 people." And she's like, "Okay, who are the people, if you don't mind me asking?" And then he listed them, and it's basically like every other girl that's on the show except for her. He said to her face.
Dang, dude.
I was like, dude, what? That's crazy. That's so rude. But like, fair, I guess. And she was very kind about it. She was like, "Oh, I wish you the best of luck. I hope you do well. Good luck," kind of thing. So she was a very good sport about it. And then he left the thing, and then she was just left there with like the producers and the camera or whatever. And then she started crying. I was like, dude, I feel so bad.
Bro, you've got some bad picks. You aren't picking any winners.
Well, I was like, kind of like, I'm picking her now because she's like losing so much. I'm like, I just need to, I want to be in her corner, kind of thing. I just feel bad a little bit. But she's also like just
Right.
kind-hearted and sweet. She was very like, didn't say anything mean about him or anything like that. But what's funny is that like after that, she ended up like going back to like the girls were hanging out together in like their own hotel room and the guys were together in theirs. By Rui doing that, he's like shot himself in the foot now, I think, for the rest of the show, because the other
Because
girls
she told
were
them?
well, the girls were like kind of chatting with each other, like, "Oh, who are you guys thinking about? Like, how who have you been talking to, whatever." And she told them about that event, and they were like, "Ooh," they didn't like that. Like now, all of the girls, opinions have soured of Rui. So by him being so greedy and being like, "I want," there's like 4 people he's interested in. His chances are getting shattered slightly, I think, because now the girls are all like, they don't like that. Plus, extra context, I forgot, he did that on her birthday.
No. Oh, that's wrong.
So she did that, and then immediately after they went back inside, and they had like a surprise birthday cake for her. Like a couple of the other girls like brought it in and stuff like that. So I was like, oh my god, this is brutal. He like said that he was interested in all the other girls except her, basically on her birthday, and then he left. Oh, so that happened, right? And some of the other guys and stuff, like because they chat or whatever, like he knew, or the other guys sort of already kind of know sometimes like who the girls are interested in as well. So they sort of knew that Serena was interested in Rui. Um, and it was her turn. She was the person who got like this. She drew like a card to do a morning date, like the next morning, to go on like a little helicopter flight or something. And so she had to go pick somebody from the boys' room to go with. And she goes there, and then she's like, hello, I'm here to pick somebody to go with me on the date or whatever. And she picked Ryosuke, who's the guy who like helped her clear, like he was the one who said like, hey, you should like try to talk to him one-on-one or whatever at the fireworks event.
Mm-hmm.
So she decided to pick him, and then all the other guys started looking at Rui and were like, wait a minute, didn't she like you? What happened, kind of thing? And he's like there sitting awkwardly. So
Oh man,
it's over for Rui. He's shot himself in the foot, man.
he's got everyone on his bad side now.
He's just that unfortunate sequence of events, but it's real, bro. I was watching the show. I'm like, fuck this guy. He was like fun in season 1, but like, damn, how could you do that, bro? Like, if you're gonna be like, I'm interested in 4 of the girls, you might as well just be like open to anybody because you haven't like talked to them all yet. It was like day 1. Being like, I'm interested in everybody except you is like, it's just kind of crazy. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because like when he was talking to Hina as well, the pop idol kind of person who I like from the previous season, he was like, he told her like, oh, I'm interested in 3 people, and she was already like, that's a lot. But then they hung out for a little bit, and then he was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna put you in the thing, and actually you're my like favorite person now, basically. So he added her into the 4, and you put her at the top, kind of thing. So that's maybe his only saving grace, is maybe Hina will be interested in him, but she has like her eyes on like a different person currently. So we're 2 episodes in anyway. That's like I'm super in it. I don't know. But yeah, that's the update there.
I couldn't stop laughing at the lunar jump clip of like, hey Barinade, I think someone hacked your Twitter. They're posting like cute Japanese girls.
Yeah, I popped into Lunar Jump stream and he
Just
said that. I was
wanted,
like laughing.
just wanted to let you know that, man. That
We
was fantastic.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I was like, I have to tweet that. That's hilarious. And then Lunar Jump him he likes the tweet as well. Ugh.
I sent that clip to Blizzard and he was like, dude, yeah, I'm looking at his Twitter. What's going on?
Because I was thinking like that doesn't count. These are both misses apparently. Okay,
Those are both
they're
misses.
both misses. It was still an
I mean, I
infinite
guess
out
if
of
it
3.
counts, if it counts neither of them, then it makes sense.
Yeah. Um. Oh, what was I gonna say about the Lunar Jump thing? I was gonna say something. I forgot what now. I don't remember. But yeah, we live in a world where... Oh, no, no, no. Yeah, no. Okay, I remember what I was gonna say. I was, like, contemplating, like, oh, should I just make, like, a... So one thing I've been, like, back into, I was like, I kind of... Mostly because of the show. But I've been kind of thinking about it for a while. I've been trying to get back into, like, Japanese practice again. Because I was
Mm-hmm.
learning Japanese back in... I did it in high school, and I did it in university. But I graduated uni, like, 4 years ago, so I haven't, like, actively done any Japanese, like, practice or learning, like, since then, really. I've just kind of, like, had that in my back pocket, like, oh, I can speak a bit of Japanese. But I was thinking, like, dude, I should probably, like, try now, maybe, to, like, learn more and try get fluent while I have, like, the drive and the time to, like, learn or something. Because I feel like maybe in some amount of years in the future, I'm gonna probably, like, regret not having tried to, like, get fluent in the language. And, like, this show came along, and I was like, hey, this is, like, a good opportunity, so... I was thinking, like, I want to live tweet about it, but, like, nobody in any English-speaking country watches this show, because it's, like, it's nowhere. Like, it's great to watch this show is so hard. Like, it gets posted on YouTube afterwards, but when you want to watch it, like, while it's live or, like, right after it airs, it's only available on this platform called Abema TV, which is, like, a kind of Japanese, like, Netflix kind of service, basically. What's your Sky? Welcome, YouTube chat. And, like, they're super anal about, like, region locking it. So if you're not in Japan, they're like, hey, you're in the wrong region to watch this program, basically. Not only that, VPNs almost don't work. As in, like, if you use any one of the named VPNs, like NordVPN, whatever, none of those work. They have VPN blockers for those things. So what I have to do is I have this, like, more niche VPN called Soft Ether, which is, like, a Japanese-only VPN. And that one also mostly doesn't work unless you connect to a node which is really new and doesn't have many connections. Then it doesn't recognize that it's a VPN node, and then you can watch it. That's what I've been doing to get into there and to watch it, like, while it's airing or while it's live. But yeah, I was thinking of, like, I was like, I want to live tweet a little bit, like, my thoughts about some of the stuff of the episodes and, like, post things on Twitter. And I was thinking, like, I don't know if it's worth, like, trying to make, like, a new account entirely. And I asked, like, a friend or something, I was like, should I just make, like, a new account just for tweeting about, like, Japanese stuff? And they're like, nah, just post it on main, who cares? And so I started doing that, but then, like, now multiple people messaging me like, hey, have you been hacked? What's happening? And then I also went ahead and, like, I changed my TikTok settings. I changed them all to Japanese. I changed my entire phone UI to Japanese now, so I'm just, like, forced to see it. But I changed my TikTok algorithm as well, just everything. So when you change, like, all your language settings, it, like, starts recommending you stuff from, like, that language exclusively.
Mm-hmm.
So now I have, like, only Japanese stuff, and I'll put on, like, I'll go through, like, the live section, I'll scroll to, like, a live stream or something, I'll just have that running while I, like, do dishes or something like that, just so I'm, like, listening to it while I'm doing stuff or whatever, just so I'm passively absorbing, like, pronunciation, that sort of stuff, and passive listening and whatnot. And then also I've been sort of semi-using it as, like a Japanese video diary kind of thing, just, like, posting thoughts and things there to get some practice, like, speaking. So I figure, like, my TikTok is, like, tiny. Like, I don't really have, like, any sort of following there, or, I was just posting, like, stream highlights or whatever, and those, like, get, like, some views, but, like, not really many. So I was just like, I can just use that for that. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Those are main big Barinade updates. Passive listening, like passive listening party, my favorite podcast. Not sponsored. Yeah, passive watch parties are podcasts that we did 2 episodes of that I haven't been able to record a third one of because I can't get the boys together. Mm-mm. Took a whole walk, watch lightning that's hitting another town 87 kilometers away from me, and we're still on this level. I mean, we're gonna be on this level for a while. This is gonna be the hardest level, like, that I've done so far. As close, I'm trying. I appreciate you. I'm not calling you out for getting it wrong. I'm just throwing out the name out there. I think exclamation mark podcast actually links to the podcast channel, which I swear, I promise there will be a third episode out one of these days. It's gonna be like incredibly dated, with like the Minecraft movie, but hey. Hey, Meta, what about you? What have you been? What's any crazy shenanigans?
Nothing too crazy. Um, feel like I've just been playing a lot of Peak.
Oh yeah,
A lot of rock climbing, as usual. Yesterday, our challenge for Adult Climb League was throwing mushrooms at each other while they're on the wall.
yeah. Okay, interesting. That's fun.
These like
Here,
just
Micah.
giant foam mushrooms, and if you get hit by one, you have to you can't score any points with your climb. You have to climb your like typical difficulty before you can start scoring points again.
Okay, interesting.
So you've got people like chasing each other around the gym. I was targeted while I was on the wall. Uh, did some sand volleyball, beach volleyball the other weekend.
Okay, how's that? Oh wait, that's what you sent me. That's what the thing you sent me a snap of that looked like you were like on the island from
Yeah,
like Lost or
looked like I
something.
was at a tropical place.
Yeah, like the angle you gave me looked like you were like trapped on some like tropical island or something.
Yeah, it went well. It was like 95 degrees. It was like really hot, pretty humid.
Damn.
Um,
Okay.
I was wearing like trampoline socks with like rubber on the bottom so I wouldn't burn my feet on the sand.
What are trampoline socks?
Um, there's like trampoline parks. The main company is Sky Zone,
Oh,
and
okay.
it's basically just like indoor like bunch of trampolines connected to each other and like slanted ones on the walls and long trampoline under like a basketball hoop and a foam pit, just kind of jumping around. Um, but it's socks so that you aren't barefoot on the trampoline, but also you're not just slipping around. So it has some grip on the bottom.
Okay. Okay.
And it worked out really well.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, it sounds like fun. I've been thinking about getting into like some sort of more regular, like formalized sporting activity of some sort.
Sort of like the grippy socks, yeah. There's like specific beach volleyball socks that you can buy. That's probably, a little better than that, but
Mm.
it did the job.
I mean, hey, look, if it works, it works.
But mostly just been trying to survive the heat.
Yeah, good luck, good luck. Make sure you're drinking lots of water.
we had a couple roads near me that buckled under the heat, and they like blocked off the road because of the huge like cracks in them.
Dude, I saw like a clip of like a car driving on the road, and like the road, like due to the heat pressure or something, like popped up and created like a mini ramp, and the car like jumped up a little bit. This is wild.
Oh,
Oh, let's go better. Let's go.
oh yeah, yeah. Let's watch that back. Let's see it.
Hell yeah. Nice.
Okay, so I don't think the one that actually hit it was a bullseye. It was a 17, it looks like. But I was feeling really good. I was throwing consistent bullseyes out there.
Yeah, you were getting your aim was getting sharpened for sure. Congrats, congrats. Let's go.
Hour 20 only took me about, an hour longer than you. You had 15 minutes on that one, or 17 or
Dude,
something.
I
But
thought
that's all
going
right.
into it is gonna be easy. I'm sorry. Ugh. I was like on
You
some
just got to do the 5 bounce.
I was on something else, like for the day that I was doing like those. I don't know. I was really locked in. What the fuck does your jumper say? It says JJ Malibu, which is the company I got sponsored by like 5 years ago. That's a long time ago now.
Jeez. Yeah, it's been a while.
If there's the right slang, what do you mean the right slang? Are you talking about the word jumper? Do you Americans say like sweater or something?
Yeah, probably sweater.
Oh,
It's
oh,
funny because
yeah.
did I put that in the right?
It was funny. I like updated that command like for the first time like a few
Okay.
months ago. I think, by the way, my code still works. Man, look, that's how you know it's legit. I'm not even sponsored by them anymore. I'm just like, I just wear their shit now. It's just comfy clothing. They still have like one of my favorite ideas ever, which is like tracksuit pants with like zippers on the pockets. I'm like, that's so. I just really like that. I don't know.
Hmm.
And sit down without worrying that my like phone or wallet is gonna just fall out. Speaking of sponsors as well, guys, make sure you check out !COD. Call of Dragons a try.
Oh, it's like there's a college here that's COD. Like, huh?
Yeah, we're sponsored by COD, you know, Call of Dragons. What the hell? Okay, that's just...
This is an ASMR challenge.
That kind of is, yeah. The fish.
You too can have that fish for $6 USD, or with Twitch Prime.
Dude, I can't wait till I'm at 15,000 attempts in and Meta's caught up to me on this level.
You've got your choices of emote selection. You can have horse or you can have fish. Take your pick.
True, true. Oh, Meta, I forget. Did you get your Switch too? Oh, you
I
did.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at the midnight release.
Ooh. Have you been playing
Got
much
it.
on it?
Thank you. I I played it once on stream, and I haven't really touched it since because so many games are coming out.
Yeah, true.
But my older brother's been playing it, so it's getting used.
Oh,
It's not
base,
like I
nice.
just like wasted my money. Also, can we talk about the Donkey Kong? Did you watch the Donkey Kong trailer?
I've seen like I've seen snippets of it. I've seen like bits of like the direct that happened. That shit looks great.
Dude, I'm so excited for that game.
Yeah, it looks hella hype. I'm hoping high key that it has like a good speedrun. So it'd be fun to speedrun like a Switch 2 game.
Mm-hmm. I mean, looks like there's a lot of movement tech.
Mm.
Like, I've dinked this cup quite a few times now.
Yeah, I think you got this one. You're looked into that one. I need you to join me in
This one
Purgatory.
seems this one seems really easy compared to a lot of the others.
Yeah, it's interesting. They don't just exclusively go up in difficulty. They just kind of like fluctuate all over the place a little bit. 4 more hours until I've been up for a whole day. Let's go. Urbex, you should get some sleep. You should sleep now and then wake up, and I will almost certainly still be live. And you'll be here for Baldur's Gate, which I have started highlighting finally onto the second channel. I finished uploading
That's
all of the Factorio Space Age playthrough so far.
I did see those in my sub feed today.
Yeah, sorry about that. Dude, somebody who's been watching the Nier Automata playthrough like all the way through, they're close to the end. I'm like, dude, I need to go back and finish that game.
You gotta hurry. They need more content.
I need to.
They're running out.
I need to do that final boss battle.
Yeah, that's true. There's no timing element on this level. What the heck? Is someone's... I just saw like a Discord image pop up, and it's... Do you know who Lizzie McGuire is?
Yes?
Like the old, like... Is that Disney Channel?
I think
Is
so.
that Disney or is that Nickelodeon? One of the two. And their profile picture is like the cartoon Lizzie McGuire. And I was like, I haven't seen that in forever.
That's a throwback for sure. My neighbors are already shooting off fireworks. Wait, fireworks? Is it like a holiday today?
Getting close to 4th of July.
Oh, right. American Independence Day, I think? Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Ah.
And people will use any excuse to go buy fireworks and wake up the neighborhood. And
I guess Baron doesn't have any time in here, but doing 2 in a row is probably worse than timing. Oh, we gotta do 3 in a row.
yeah, he's got to do 2 or 3. I know how to count. He's gotten 2 in a row a handful of times too.
Yeah, a few times. I want to say like maybe 6 or 7 times. I feel like I've gotten 2 in a row. It's brutal though. It's brutal. This is like this is another echelon of difficulty for sure.
Not looking forward to that one.
This is what you should look the most forward to. This is like the purest essence of what this game is all about.
That is true.
You know what's funny? Ever since I started playing this game with you, I see TrickShot Simulator everywhere now. Like I was with friends and we were doing like we were playing basketball kind of, like we're just shooting hoops. And I was like, it's TrickShot Simulator. Well, I guess that's more like the original TrickShot. This is simulating that.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was like practicing a speedrun strat for Mara, and I'm like, my god, it's just TrickShot Simulator again. It's all TrickShot Simulator all the way down.
No, see, trick shots existed well before. Yeah, I would even go as far as to say trick shots existed before language.
I would believe you actually, honestly.
I mean, when's the first time someone had to throw a spear to catch an animal? Right? That's a trick shot.
True, it is a trick shot.
And that's a timing trick shot. That's even like that's higher level.
Who do you think would win at this game? One caveman or one pro gamer? One caveman or one avid Northern Lion viewer?
Hmm. So this is a tough challenge.
I am curious if I'm gonna be able to beat Northern Lion's time in this.
Oh,
The first billionaire was a trick shot simulator. Wait, who's the first billionaire?
what first billionaire?
Watch me trick shot like my money into this stock. Dude, I watched a so I went to the store to pick up some Blu-rays and some 4K discs. I picked up Sonic 3. I picked up The Truman Show. And then also I picked up a movie called Primer. Have any of you guys heard of Primer before?
No.
It is a crazy like it's a really low budget movie, but I love that movie. It is like I think like the best time traveling movie like ever made, but it is so unbelievably confusing to watch the first time round. But the plot of the movie is
I love that
basically
description.
yeah, it's great. Like the plot of the movie is kind of like there's these guys and they're building this machine, messing around with it, whatever. They end up building a time machine essentially. But the way it works is it's like a box, right? So imagine it's just like a box and you can get into it. I'm super simplifying like everything for the sake of explaining this. But it's a box that you get in, but the way it works is let's say that it's 9 a.m. today, right? I turn on the box, then I go do whatever the hell else. You know, I just exist in the world, I chill out, whatever, blah, 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 blah. In the evening, right? At any point later, I can then be like, all right, I'm gonna get in the box now, turn it, like, you know, I'm gonna do the thing. It's gonna send me back to 9 a.m. that morning. That's how it works, right?
Okay.
Simple kind of premise, but this, like, leads into, like, very crazy areas, like, pretty fast. But essentially, like, what
I've
the
watched Zelda speedruns. I understand back in time glitch.
but so what happens is like the like I won't say anything that's a spoiler for anybody who wants to watch it because I would definitely recommend it. It is a very non-Hollywood style movie, so it might be a hard watch if you're kind of not used to more like indie films or lower budget stuff or whatever. But um, the way they kind of set up is like there's these two guys. The first guy kind of figures this out, and he shows it the other guy. They start up the machines in the morning or whatever, and then they go hold themselves up in a hotel for the entire day, just like shooting the shit basically, so that they don't influence the world for the time that for that day basically, so that when they do go back in time, the versions of themselves that are coming back and appearing back in the morning can then interact with the real world now with having knowledge of it, and they use that to play the stock market basically. So they hold themselves up in this um like hotel or whatever, and they track the stock market, and then they go back in time and then track the stocks while um their past selves are in the hotel waiting to go back in time eventually, right? So that's how it kind of starts off. That's like the premise of the movie, but with deceit and stuff, the movie does a good job of like not showing you too much. It really actually doesn't show you very much in terms of like what it could show you, but there's lots of interesting twists and stuff. Yeah, it's very good. I don't know if you haven't seen the movie, I would recommend it. It's very mind bending. It's one of those movies you watch and then you watch like a YouTube video, like dissecting like the events, being like movie explained, you know. But it's quite good. I would recommend it. Oh, you've seen it, Colin.
I love
Wait,
that.
Colin, what are your thoughts on Primer? Like, I love time travel as a concept. I feel like that movie, in my opinion, did it better than literally any movie I've ever seen. Mm-mm-mm. Even a person who relied on actors to hunt and live, or a gamer from Australia. Mm-mm-mm. Also, Meta, have you seen the Sonic movies?
I have not. I haven't seen any of them.
You haven't seen any of the... Okay, the first one kind of sucks, I'm gonna say. Be warned.
I don't think I've ever. I don't. This may not fully be true. I don't know if I've seen a good video game movie. I mean, I guess okay, like the Mario movie exists. I have seen that.
Yeah, that one's
But
alright.
for live action, the closest to a good live action video game movie I've seen is Mortal Kombat, which I enjoyed,
Oh, damn.
but I think
Yo, Kane!
realistically is a bad movie.
Kane, legend, in YouTube chat. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Homie, what's good? How are you, Kane? Let me give you a... Can I like this thing? How does this work? Boom. Bam. What's good, Kane? Always a good day when you're streaming? Hey, it's always a good day when you're here watching. So it makes it viable. We're here for a long one.
Streaming.
Although actually the YouTube stream today is gonna be chopped into 2 pieces. So if you guys are watching the YouTube stream after TrickShot, I will end for a little bit, but then I will be back live again, like maybe I don't know. Wherever I end, I will be live 2.5 hours from now. But I will probably be live on Twitch the entire time. We're gonna be playing some Baldur's Gate later. Okay, actually,
Does the length of time for our session have anything to do with how good of a session it is? Because like, there's the phrase "I'm here for a good time, not a long time," right? But you're saying we're here for a long time. So what does that say about how good it's gonna be?
I think you should just be impressed at my ability to make a long time pretty good. But there is some truth to that. I'm gonna be powered up. Look, I had kimchi ramen for breakfast this morning. I filled up. You know what, dude? I love it when a soup, like with like a bunch of stuff in it, the soup is so good it makes you want to drink the broth. You're like just like I just want to drink it. You have to like stop yourself because you need everything else to be in the broth. That's when you know the soup hits.
If I get some good like chicken noodle soup and I'm just tempted to drink the soup.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I'll be here for maybe another hour. I gotta work in the morning. Definitely will try to stay up as long as I can. Yeah, you're all good, Ken. You're all good. If you need to sleep soon, I will probably still be live when you wake up as well. But appreciate you popping by.
All right.
Oh, let's go.
17.
Let's go. You're popping off. You're popping off. Let's see it. Yeah, nice.
Very nice.
It's good. It feels good, like moving on quickly after being like stuck for a bit.
It does. 2 in 1 day. Oh man.
It's motivating. Yeah, it's exhilarating. Yo, Viv.
I'm halfway through.
Oh yeah, congrats on getting halfway. Also, Viv, welcome. I want to tell you my story. Hit me up. Okay, I was gonna say Meta. Favorite movies.
Can I say my favorite movies by trilogy?
Yes. I'm confused what that even means.
Because so I really like I guess it's not a trilogy anymore. The Planet of the Apes revival trilogy.
I've been meaning to watch that. I've
haven't
heard good things.
I haven't seen the 4th movie, but the first 3, fantastic.
Okay.
Also, really love the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy.
Nice, that's nice. I think I've also either yet to watch those or like don't remember watching like the one movie I might have seen. Dude, did you see they're making a live action remake of it, or they already did, or something?
I believe it's out, and I was told it's pretty good.
Oh, okay. That's actually good to hear for a change.
Yeah, I was, I thought of like live action remakes. That one, they could do it well. Like, there's the potential.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, Planet of the Apes, How to Train Your Dragon. Those are good picks.
What about you?
Mine, I'll give you my top 4 in ascending order. Because that's what my letterbox has, and I remember it easily. And you can give some of your opinions on them. Number 4, Wally.
Okay.
Number 3, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yep. I remember that being near your top.
Yeah. I think I remember you saying that you wanted to watch it, but you hadn't yet.
I have actually watched it now. It is a very good movie.
Oh, yeah, dude. That movie was a very intense experience for me when I watched it in theaters. I watched it with a friend. Never before have I gone into a movie not knowing what it's about, thinking I'm gonna be in for an action
Mm.
film, to come out of the movie feeling like grateful to be alive, to like experience the world. Like I don't know how to. It was very existential. Anyway, but yeah, I really really liked that. That movie was it had a very strong like emotional impact on me. Number 2, Sonic 3. Which I now
Okay.
believe after having done the Sonic Subathon as a result of watching Sonic 3 and loving it. I think Sonic 3 is the best piece of Sonic media like in existence. Everything else I experienced Sonic-wise was worse than that, but
Did you play Sonic Spinball?
I did, yeah. I played 2 versions of it. I played the Game
Okay.
Gear version, which fucking sucked, and then I played the Genesis version, which was noticeably better, in terms of physics and like the sprites. But I did not finish the Genesis version. I think after I forced myself to finish the Game Gear version, and then when I played the Genesis version, I was like, okay, it's good, and like the sprites are improved and it is better, but I don't think I'm gonna try finish it and grind it. So that was fun. It's weird now as well because like I went through my little Sonic arc, and now like I've played more Sonic games than I have games of any other franchise by quite a long shot. I think I've played. I was counting, it was like 70 games, 45 of which I finished. Absolutely insane number. I think I've played more Sonic games than like most Sonic fans by like quite a margin, I think, at this point. But there's some bangers in there. I will say overall, the one thing that
All
I'm
right.
yo under 4 minutes.
Under 4.
Let's go, dude. You're catching up.
Feels good. I'm feeling real good right
Yeah, that's
now.
it's your reward after being stuck in the badminton for so long. It's
Mhm.
powering. Oh, you get
Oh
to.
man.
You're 1 away from me.
New mechanic.
Yep. Now you're gonna
Got the
rotate that.
7 throw.
Yeah. That was my little strat. I was doing like a number 7 type shape.
Oh, cups are heavy.
Yeah, you gotta chuck these. My arm, I got a workout from doing that one. They're super chunkers. Like you're gonna feel tired doing this one.
Holy cow.
Like I'm not kidding you, dude. When I was doing this one, I was like, I had to move stuff off my desk just to be like, yeah, like, chuck, like almost throw the mouse. It's so heavy compared to like some of the other stuff. But I'm curious how you do with this one. This one I feel like it was actually pretty hard. Kane
You had
says,
a few that were like hanging on and you like knocked them out somehow.
yeah, I think I had like 2 or 3 that were like in the cup, but they were like not the right orientation. So it's just kind of like in there, just sitting there, but like not going in. The trick is, yeah, figuring out how to like get the spin. Kane says everything, everywhere, all at once is amazing. Yeah, I love that movie. And then like Sonic 3 is like kind of Sonic 3 is kind of like a guilty pleasure movie a little bit, in a way. Like I think it's like definitely not like a cinematic masterpiece or anything like that. I just really vibed with it quite hard. I got $50 riding on you to beat this within the hour. Okay, you are losing your $50.
Hey, Colin. Hey, Colin, want to make a bet? Because I'll bet against you on that.
He's trying to get in.
Double or nothing. $100, he does not get it within the hour.
That is like crazy better. I don't even know if I'm gonna get this in like the next 10 hours. Maybe in the next 10. I feel like 10 hours I can do it. 1 hour though, that's gonna be. Now this is. I'm telling you now. I think this is going to be the hardest minigame in this entire like lot. I need some crazy odds on that. True, the realistic odds would be like you bet 50 and meta bets like $2. Give him like 25 to 1 odds. Dude, I remember I did a bet with Ray where it was like it was I would if he bet my 120 start time in like a year, which was last year by the way, if he bet it by the end of 2024, I would give him $20,000. But if he didn't, he'd have to give me $20. And I won that bet. I got my $20. He gave it to me. I was just so confident. The thing is, the speedrunning challenges are never about like can a person do them. Anyone could become a speedrunner. But almost nobody wants to like spend the one precious life they have here on Earth playing one game in the same way for 4,000 hours straight. Almost nobody wants to do that. That's like the actually impressive part, where it's like monk-like or something, you know, where you dedicate yourself to like a stupid craft for like that long. It also gives me perspective for like some other people I've seen that have like, oh, I have like this many thousand hours in this game, and it's always just been a big number. But as I now have like a game that I've put, I think for Mario I've put in 3,200 hours officially.
Ooh.
As of like very recently, close to that. If not 3,200, it's like 3,190 or something now. Um, I'm getting a perspective on like people who've put lots of hours into games.
I was going over the over some stats earlier. I think this was last week, and Overwatch 1 is still my most played game at like 567 hours.
That's actually not a super crazy amount of time, but it's still a lot. But that's like, I feel that's an indication that you play like a diverse range of games.
Mm-hmm. God, I'm just gonna build a tower around this cup
Build a
and
big
just
tower.
like slowly make it easier for my cup to bounce in.
I think I also have like a comical amount of hours, like sleeping on the stream.
You do.
I think it's like close to 1,000 or something. I forget what it was. It's a really high number, but I think after the Oh, Meta, did I tell you that there's going to be another subathon soon? Ish? Not soon, but like
Ooh, was this from the set of ideas we had
oh
talked about?
yeah, because you were one of the people I asked for ideas about this. Actually, yeah.
Was Pokemon next?
Yeah, we're doing like the Sonic
Okay.
thing, but we're doing it for Pokemon this time in September.
Imagine if I was still on badminton and the bet was per toss. That'd be insane. That would be crazy.
But yeah, I'm excited for that. It'll be fun. I'm aware you're ill-advised. I'm aware of your ill-advised gambling. Yeah. Yo, Anna, what's good? How are you, Anna? Welcome to the stream. What's good? Welcome to Zen
If
Buddhism again.
Barinade, if Barinade is making a bet, you've got a pretty good. I feel like his bets are pretty 50-50.
That's
Those are
probably right.
winnable.
It's probably real. I think, yeah, just about as many people have won them as lost them. I think Ray has gotten the biggest payout, I think. Because I think
Didn't
yeah.
I thought Q got a pretty big payout too?
Oh, wait, yeah, Q and Ray got the same... No, did they? I don't remember what I bet Q anymore. Was it also 500
It was
bucks?
something with getting a certain rank in
In Marvel
Mahjong,
Soul, yeah.
right?
Q did win that. I don't remember what I bet on that, though. But I remember I had a bet going. I did a bet with Malachi. I was like 500 bucks. You can't finish the near prologue in one day. And Malachi raged like I've never seen him rage before. I was like, oh my god. He was like pounding his table. I think he deleted that VOD and everything. It took me like 8 days or over the course of like 23 hours to get through the prologue. And I gave the same bet to Ray. I was like, hey, 500 bucks if you make it out of the thing before the end of the day. And he had like effectively 8 hours to do it from when I said, because it was already the afternoon. And he was like, all right, bet. And he actually did it at like 11:30 p.m. He like made it through after like 7.5 hours of playing. I was like, goddamn, true gamer. It's like one of the only things highlighted on his channel, I'm pretty sure, is like that near gamble. Dude, imagine if he actually locked in for 120 star though, he could have gotten 20k off me.
That would have been crazy. But that was what, like, beat your time within the year?
Yeah, he had like basically the whole year to beat it. He had like 11 months or something insane. Which is definitely
And it
doable.
wasn't even
But
a beat my current time. It was you have to have a better time than me at that moment.
oh no, I
Like if
think
you improved your time, his goal would be pushed further.
no, I think it was just like it didn't matter if I improved it, he just had to beat whatever my time was at that point. So I think I had like a 154 or something. I don't remember what I had. But like I think I stipulated that if I improved it that he wouldn't have to beat the improved time, just like the one we agreed on, I think. But I don't remember exactly now. Because I think if it was like the case that he would have to beat me at any point in the year, I don't think he would have been able to. That would have been kind of unfair if I just grinded.
That would have been really tough.
Dude, I've been popping off with 70 star though. I've been cooking like crazy.
You have, even though you got knocked out of the tournament, you still got a PB in it.
Yeah, and then I PB'd outside of it. I think I got like 3 or 4 PBs. Like in the span of like just a few weeks. I've been locking in. Although now I'm hitting a bit of a wall again. Because I got like a massive like 1 minute PB, but now it's like... Now it's gonna be hard again to like improve it. I did beat a notable milestone though. I beat Ruby's time in 70 star.
Nice.
That's like a goal I had for a while. Even though it doesn't play anymore. Tyler's pretty usual getting ready for work. You're good like at work, Anna. I bet it treats you well. I've been thinking more and more about work. Because behind the
Yeah.
scenes, the streaming is not like the most viable job option. Especially not at my level. I think I'm like negative $12,000 since I started doing this full time. So that's not good. But never know. Maybe the Pikachu-a-thon might be like that might help a little bit. But if I can't figure out the secret to YouTube, I'm gonna have to like get like a part-time job or something that's just supplement my income a little bit. I was thinking maybe I could do something that would like help my Japanese learning or something. Boop, boop, boop. Yo, Rexler! Brandon, happy
Woo.
Wednesday. Yo, happy Wednesday. Rexler, what's good? Happy TrickShot Wednesday. Even though it's actually Thursday for me, so it's TrickShot Thursday today in Australia. How the trick is going? I love this game. It is so silly. It is kind of whimsical and wacky in a way. Made some great tofu. Oh, gee, but that sounds tasty. I had a kimchi ramen for breakfast. But it's going good. I've been on this level the whole time. Meta is catching up though. He has, I think, gotten 3 trick shots so far.
Yeah.
You got darts, you got pans, and you got roll around the thing.
I'm stacking these things.
What are you you're making like a cup stack?
Now, if I can boop that one off into the cup. Oh, it fell. I think the 100.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I used to do stuff like this as a kid, but I IRL not digitally. Yeah. We're gonna be here for a bit. Out of curiosity, how long have I been here? Let's see. Return to stage select. What are we at right now? We're at 3 hours and 3,000 attempts currently so far. Then after this, we've got 2 in a row: bottle flip, flick and shoot, race to pin, bounce ball dart. There's a fair many. Dude, look at this one. Where was it? The badminton one? That was me and Meta's worst one, I think. This one took me 4 hours and 8,000 tries. It took Meta, I think, 7.5 hours and 14,000 tries.
Yeah, let me head to my menu. 7.5 hours, about 15,000 tries.
That is crazy. Holy.
Yeah. That was a lot. However, I beat you in bounce ball.
Did you? Let me go back.
Yeah.
Stage
I
select.
think I saw you had just barely more than me.
This one.
Oh, no, I didn't. Never mind.
Not quite. Dude, my marble spiral, I
And
went crazy, by the way.
you crushed Marble Spiral.
That was like lucky almost. I just like that's my best one, I think, in terms of like just raw attempts. But yeah, you've got an opportunity to destroy my plastic cup time, because that took me like over an hour as well. I was on plastic cup for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they should bring this game to Switch too.
They should. It's got mouse controls.
Exactly. Actually, perfect game. This feels like a game that Nintendo would put as like a mini game or something in one of their games. The minutes of this game.
After every 100 throws and pop of a screen, have you considered going outside?
Very Nintendo. I think I am getting like better at this game, but like it's hard. But I'm thinking of making a YouTube video talking about like that Kioski show. Might be fun. Just give like a rundown of like the events from like the season for like a foreign audience, you know?
I would watch it.
Thanks, Meta. I appreciate that.
The music was good.
Oh, the music is hard. The theme song that they have is like a pretty new theme song. Like I think it's only been in the last 3 seasons. But it goes hard. Imagine this game is to not actually win, but just make art by stacking cups. It is. I do like the physics of this game. Except these bottle caps are kind of weird. They have like some sort of strange collision that makes like the poker chip like fly around.
The sounds are also really nice.
Yeah, there's weirdly very good like sound design in this game.
I mean, you really get to spend a lot of time on the sound design since probably building the game itself wasn't too much.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the most intensive game to like build.
Create get the physics working how you want. The throwing is the same. You just like change the weight of the object.
Ugh. You keep accidentally right-clicking. I see my peripheral vision like this.
Yeah.
Okay, Meta, I have a pressing question for you.
Sure.
A little hard-hitting,
Go
maybe
for
even
it.
controversial. When are we gonna see the return of the speedrun challenge?
That's wow, I can't believe you'd ask me something like that. That's
Alright.
really putting me on the spot.
And the people want to know.
That people want to know. It's a fantastic question. Um I would love to at least stick to my current pace of if I can match my current pace of one a year.
That's crazy.
In like 8 years I'll have the list cleared.
You know, that's not too bad. If you were doing nothing but that, that would give you a ton of time to like get super competitive in like every game on there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember what I gave you
Um,
anymore. Was it like Ocarina of Time or something? Defeat Ganon, I think?
yes, yeah, defeat Ganon percent. Um, let's look through the list.
The last one I remember
8
seeing you do
requests.
was, I think, Sonic Adventure, I think.
Yeah, that was fun. I really
Mm.
enjoyed it. Let's see. We've got Bloodstained Curse of the Moon,
Good game, good
Whisper
game.
of Legend Fresh percent. That one's gonna be rough. Then again, it doesn't need to be a first run. It just like I just need to remember how to beat that game. Ori and the Blind Forest.
Ooh.
That one shouldn't be too bad. I love that game. Super Mario World Credits Warp. Very short category. I think the credits warp is like a couple minutes long.
True, true, true.
Mortal Shell No Shell Run. From what I understand, your shell is like your class, and you are very weak without it. So that's more a challenge run than a speed run, but that's accepted within the rules.
That's like your forte as well.
Mm-hmm. Geometry Dash complete deadlocked, a hard level at my skill. Feet Ganon no SRM, and a short hike any percent.
Yo, based game. I have individual level runs for that game on speedrun.com.
Really?
Yeah, I do. Some really old ones. Because, like, right when that game came out, I tried getting competitive on the Steam leaderboards for it. You're Dusty Langford. Any Mario tonight? No Mario tonight. The schedule for tonight is this for a little bit. Then, Call of Dragons for a bit. Then Baldur's Gate 3, and then more Call of Dragons. But Mario will be back tomorrow for me, I think. Yeah, tomorrow will be Mario. But usually, like, Wednesdays will be like a They're usually like a no Mario day because we've got Baldur's Gate 3 usually, and assuming everything works out and pans out correctly, then I'll have a little bit of TrickShot Simulator. Oh,
And we know it always pans out.
true. We have this every
All
week.
of you who have, everyone who's been here every Wednesday knows, is no.
I am going to be uploading the VODs of this game as well to their own playlist on the second channel that's coming. I got done uploading every segment of Factorio Space Age. So that's like up to date currently. So if anybody's like, man, I want to catch up on Ray and Barinade's Factorio playthrough, the whole thing is on the second channel currently in its own little playlist. Nice and neat and orderly. And our playthrough of this game is gonna be on there too. Gonna have that uploaded. I'm trying to get to a place where like every playthrough is like all neatly put up there, and then they have all their own playlists and they're accessible. I'm trying to get that updated. I have like most of the stuff uploaded, but there's some random extra bits that I need to get through that are just gonna be a little hard just due to disk drive space. Like namely the subathons that haven't been uploaded in their entirety. Of which we have done many now at this point. I think we've done 4. And the next one will be I'm going to do the same trademark stuff that I usually do. I will be live 24/7 for it and sleeping on stream again. With Meta Forever's glorious Minesweeper on screen.
Woo. No new update this time around, unfortunately.
Okay, look
That
at
hasn't been worked on in a bit.
it's working pretty swell. You're looking at all
Back to
angles of
actually
this.
throwing at the cup. Yeah, I was throwing cups at this table over here. It's a really hard throw to hit.
That's funny. It's a little more to the room. I like that the room like has physics and collision everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, as of like I think either this month or next month, I will have been speedrunning Mario 64 for 5 years.
That's crazy.
It's a long time.
Is that like the halfway point between, like, does that mean half of your speedrunning has been East versus Mario?
Oh, I
Was
think
East 5 or was that 6 years ago?
East I ran for 3.5 years. From 20
Okay.
from like September of 2016 to well actually no, I was thinking of just any percent. I guess I ran like Nightmare and Hard and stuff for like a few more months. I think just shy of 4 years. It was just under 4 years. That was a grind. What a good game, guys! If you haven't played East
That is a
One,
good game.
recommend. But Meta, you were doing like a challenge where you were playing every East game like on Nightmare difficulty. What was the status
I
of that?
I'd love to get back to that. I did what did I do? I did Origin 1, 2, and Celceta,
Hmm.
and I'm on Felgana. Because
It's
I think
actually.
I was going story order
Oh, okay,
and
okay.
not necessarily like release order or number order, because Celceta is 4, Felgana is 3. And I think I'm in the final dungeon of Felgana. And then Elden Ring came out,
Hmm.
and
Yeah, Elden Ring
yeah,
that
so
took over.
that took over. That was its own like 400-hour stream thing, and that was just my solo file. There was the co-op
Damn.
file, then the pacifist run that never finished, and then the DLC came out, and there were the co-op and solo for that challenge.
Dude, you just reminded me. I need to get back to. There's so many games I need to get back to. I want to get back to Tears of the Kingdom again and like grind that out
Mm,
and 100% it.
yeah, Blizzard was getting back to it after kind of playing in the our initial set, and
Mm,
then something else came up, and now he's playing it again on Switch 2.
nice. Dude, I need to get through like Death Stranding as well.
Yeah,
I was,
isn't the second game out?
it is out. People have been raving about how good it is. It's like this collage of like all the tens it's getting from all these review sites and stuff. I'm like, damn. I'm trying to avoid like looking at anything people playing it or talking about it because I want to play it myself. It's only on PS5 though, so I can't play it right now.
Oh, okay, you got time.
Yeah. And then I just want to go back and like finish some stuff that I've been meaning to do for like the longest time. Like Nier, that's like the big one. The original,
Hmm.
the original Obligation art game.
Conqueror's New Game Plus Plus.
No, never. That playthrough is like in its entirety on YouTube now, which is fun. I have to like properly like label and do all that stuff. Wasn't actually that long in its entirety. I complained so much for like how little I actually played it.
It seems longer than it is.
Yeah, it was just stretched out over a long time, and like my save file died like after 2 sessions of playing it. And then I have like some new like mini obligations that I have to get through, like Glover, and then also Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine I have to play a bit of. So we got some weird wacky variety games to get through. I'll try to get like some of that stuff, and then some other stuff that I was playing like before the Sonic Subathon, like Ace Attorney Investigations 2. I was playing. Dude, man, that's a game. If you haven't finished the Ace Attorney games, you need to. That's like.
I've still only played the first one,
Oh, you need to finish that original trilogy,
and
dude.
I
The third one is so good. Even the second one is awesome. They're all so solid. I,
love the series for its music.
oh yeah, the music is incredible. Did you when you were playing the first one, were you streaming that or were you just playing that in your casual free time?
I've I had beaten it on my phone emulating it.
Okay, that's interesting.
But I do own it. I own the game. I bought the game on Steam. I try and support games when I enjoy them.
Yeah, likewise.
I own Celeste on like 4 different platforms.
Yo, let's go. Is that your
I think
most owned
Hollow
game?
Knight. It might be Hollow Knight.
Oh yeah.
Uh, though actually no, it would be Celeste because I've gotten what I bought it on Steam. I got it free on Epic Games Store. I bought it on Switch. I have 2 collector's editions of it, 2 separate versions.
That's wild.
Uh, then I think I've gotten it in like 3 separate itch.io bundles.
Oh yeah.
So it probably is my most owned game.
Nice, that's hype. I think mine is probably I think it's the Wind Waker. What else do I own like multiple copies of? I guess I own multiple copies of Ace Attorney.
You own how many versions of East One?
I have the if we're being loose with what counts, then I have the TurboGrafx version on Wii. I have um the mobile phone port. I have the Steam version, and I have the Windows 8 version, or whatever you want to call it, the one that I speedran.
Right.
It was good. That was a chill game, dude. I think back on like speedrunning, I'm like, man, I like 90% of that game I love speedrunning, and 10% of that game I absolutely dread speedrunning to the point where I don't know if I would ever do it again. It's just Vagulian.
Mm-hmm.
If he was manipulatable, I would come back in a heartbeat and play that game again. Or run it. I'll probably play that game like multiple times still. I think I was telling you at some point that if I go back to try run it again, I'd maybe want to try the TurboGrafx version.
Yeah, TurboGrafx would be. You've got to do like a all versions speed run. Like play the DS version that has like an attack button.
That's cursed. There's like the Sharp X 68,000 version. That was fun. I remember streaming that.
I think I have the speedrun page for the TurboGrafx version saved as a bookmark.
Oh yeah.
Because it was like, oh, that actually looks really interesting after I was watching I think they're still the world record holder, Rhythm Song.
Oh yeah.
Was watching some of their runs and I was like, you know what, this looks interesting.
Yeah, that could be fun to just learn as like a passion project. I might do that.
I think next time I go back to that game though, it's definitely practicing the blindfolded.
Oh yeah, true.
That's probably my biggest like gaming passion project right now is like wanting to do that.
Dude, you should do that. That's hype. That would also be like very impressive, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then after you
Was
complete
not
that and
an
get the
easy thing to
blindfolded
do.
world record, maybe we'll see another is run from Meta.
That would. I mean, I've got to get a better time. Like
It's for
my
like
time
7 years or
sucks.
something. I don't know,
Like a
Alex.
54 or something. Like 45 is free. I can get 45 on like a level 4 Genocrest. So I think Tux did. Didn't Tux get a sub 45 with level 4?
Dude, you can get a really fast time with like slower strats. I think you could, like, if you were cracked enough, I think you could even get a sub 40 with that route. Or
Dang.
maybe not sub 40. You could get a sub 41 for sure. Or I don't know. Maybe I'm like misremembering how much time it loses. I feel like in my mind I'm like it's like 2 minutes.
Right. I mean, it definitely restricts your time, but still, I mean, it's such a big thing to change.
It is like, yeah. I feel like it's better to just. I mean, it depends on what your goals are. If you want to run really seriously, it's like better to just start with level 2 almost.
Mm-hmm. Which I definitely practiced quite a bit. I don't think my PB has level 2.
Dude, I was looking at the retro achievements page for it, bro. I was like, man, I should like just grind this out. This would be fun. Let's get all the retro achievements for his one.
Mm-hmm. Use 100 mirrors. Is that one of them?
That was like an achievement like the mobile version, dude. I remember misunderstanding that. Oh my god. There's like
I remember
this.
you telling me about like you'd be on the train and like just using the.
There's this achievement. So it is for anybody who's listening who like doesn't know what the hell we're talking about. There's this item in is called a mirror, and the way it works is like you can you like use it, and it like the screen freezes, and this like shattering glass kind of effect kind of pops over the screen, and it freezes the enemies for a little while. And then eventually they unfreeze, and then you can like use it again. And it has either 3 or 5 uses, just depending on RNG. You just get one or the other. And there was an achievement on the mobile version of the game, and I was like, oh, I'll just for fun, I'll play it on my phone. I'll see how many achievements I can get. And one of them was like, use 100 mirrors. And I was like, that's such a strange achievement, but okay, I'll try it. And it took me multiple days of like just being on the train and just like using mirrors because it takes so much time to use them up, like especially the like 5 uses or whatever. It took like forever. And I got to like 130 mirrors or something at some point before I was like, okay, I've definitely done over 100. It's not working until I eventually realized that there's like these mirrors that you run through in this mirror maze. It just meant like use like those 100 times or whatever. That's like way faster. You just run through them a bunch of times like over and over again and you get it. That was a wacky time. Dude, the is error of the
Oh.
stream was crazy. That was like we were like those were 1 viewer average days.
Hmm. I remember because I was that one viewer average.
Yeah. Meta was here like, hey, good luck on the run.
It felt so nostalgic being in when like a month ago when the new runner was starting out
Oh
and I
yeah.
was in the stream and I was typing the same messages. I was like, man, this feels good. Really is just a fun game to watch.
Dude, I should do some like stream anniversary thing where I like recreate my like old layout for that game. Some
I know,
instruments.
I mean, not that you speedrun an insane amount of games, but Freedom Pulse, when it's usually his like stream anniversary, he'll speedrun like every single game he's ever like done a speedrun for,
That's
which is
pretty nuts.
insane since he speedruns RPGs.
Yeah, he's done like a ton of Shin Megami Tensei runs and stuff. That's pretty wild. That's
Hmm.
he's built different for sure. Hold. No.
Oh, that was a pretty good throw too.
Oh, dude, this is hard. We just let's practice this like final throw a little bit. Like, I want to like get the tiniest bit of spin on it. Like we can get it. It's just gonna be like it's just a bit of a Hail Mary. We need music or something? No, no music. You guys are getting the raw experience. I'm purposefully not playing music while playing this. Just get to hear the sounds of the board. But also, you know what's good about the stream? Is you can actually have your own music that you want playing in the background very silently, and it won't clash with the music of the game, because there isn't none. So rather than having it be
We're looking out for you.
Yeah, you don't even have to be like subjected to my music taste. Like, do you want to hear like Pinkie Pie's Echo Mix? Like whatever the hell I'm gonna play on the stream.
I was gonna say like My Little Pony like EDM.
Yeah, basically. Ugh. Like we can do it. We can listen to Dashy's Dreams instrumental mix. Uh, I just realized actually next year will be my technically my 10th year streaming, which is kind of that's a little freaky.
Gotta get your fake out I'm retiring video ready.
Nah, I don't want to do that. That'll be funny though. How did I get like launched back out of the bottle cap? Like what's going on there? Yeah, some of you guys have been around for like 8. long time in the stream. It's cool to see.
I wonder if I type this in my chat, does it show up? Will it proc the command in your chat?
And Moobot gives you an error in your chat, but it does do it in both, actually. 7 years, 4 months. Wait, can I do this in... Can I do it in both chat? Oh, like, it'll give me an error, probably, for mine. What if I do that? So you've been following me longer than I've been following you. Oh, that doesn't trigger in yours for some reason.
I wonder if I just don't have that command active.
But Moobot popped up in yours.
Yeah.
Oh, it says, note, this response will not be shown for normal users? What? Yo, Gal Crush.
What do you even mean?
Why is this reminding me of Iron Pony competition? Yo, what's good? This is like a test of mental fortitude, this game. Like, you cannot, like, just mindlessly fling stuff. You have to, like, at least pay some attention. Wow, chat, is this new or am I old? It's, like, kind of... It's a new on the grand scheme of things, but it's not, like... It's not a recent addition. It's been around for, like... I want to say, like, a year? Ish? Maybe a little bit less? It's, like, semi-recent. What's your Altura? What's good? Welcome, Altura. So I just realized I accidentally... Oops, I borked this. I have to unbork this. Boom. I'll say less than a year, but yeah, newish, yeah. There's been a recent addition that I actually quite like for Twitch. 2 new things, actually, that I'm hyped about. Number 1 is in beta testing currently, is 144p streaming. Which they had like a little...
1440p.
Yeah, what did I say?
144.
Oh!
Which has existed for a while.
Sorry. 1440p, not 144p. I'm gonna change I'm gonna be streaming at a tiny, crunchy... smaller than I ever stream. Ugh. Tiny is world record.
I think I know the other feature that you're excited about because I got a message about it.
Ah, yeah, you might know. But so that's, yeah, 144p streaming, which means I'm gonna have to redesign every one of my overlays, which to you guys, there will be basically no visual change, ideally. But I'm gonna recreate all of my layouts so that they are scaled to 1440p, and I'm gonna start streaming in that resolution. I'll have it set up so that the Pokemon-a-thon is like already in 1440p. There's like a few cool things about it. Like if I speedrun a 1080p game, I can have that like fully shown on screen and still have other stuff and not have any quality drop and whatever. It's just like it's just cool, as long as my computer and internet can handle it. So that's one thing. The other thing is that starting I think basically now or soon, if not now, affiliates and partners can set sub-gifting promotions on their own channel for up to 70 hours, 7 times a year, or something like that. So that's like the big other thing that I'm excited for. So when we actually do our subathon in September for the Pokemon Marathon, I can like start it off by having like subs both discounted and having like some sort of like multi-double hour thing going on. 14p stream would be high for pixel artists. 14? It's like one Minecraft texture. Wait, was that what you were thinking of, Meta, or something else?
It was. Yeah, the choose when you like your community gets the discounted subs.
Yeah, that's gonna be exciting. I'm gonna save that for the Pokemon-a-thon. It's gonna be good. It's gonna go hard.
The initial message didn't mention like limits to it, and I was like, oh, this is great. Like, I may just discount subs to my channel for like ever, but it doesn't work like that.
Nah, it's kind of restricted. I forget how many times per year it was. I remember it was like 70 hours, I think per
Yeah.
promotion, and then it was like 7 or 10 times a year or
No,
something.
no, it's an either or.
Oh, it's either or. So you either
So
470
yeah,
hours total or that many
yeah,
times. I
yeah. So if
see.
you use up the 70 hours, even
Mm,
though you have other like times you could do it, you can't because you don't have hours left.
I see. Oh, damn. Okay. Mm-mm. I might just run that like only during the subathons then, like 35 hours per each. Because I've been on a bit of a like rotation of doing them once every 6 months almost, like an event. Like we did like
Mm-hmm.
the trying to remember what was the second one that I did. Because
Uh,
there was the September sleepover. That was the one right before the Sonic-a-thon. That was like September of last year. I was
right.
trapped indoors. I did like cooking streams as part of that. Then
The
the
other one
Sonic-a-thon was
was
like,
the Lost My Jobathon.
oh yeah, I lost my Jobathon. That's right, yeah. Right. I forgot about that tree. But yeah, this year
And
we
now look
did.
at you now. They're
we're
lost.
we're definitely we're in an interesting era for sure. But they were fun. I mean, the Sonic-a-thon was fun
Going
as well. That thing lasted like way longer than I thought it would, and it was like a
that one lasted long. That was the first with the new set, right? Of like timer only running while you're playing.
oh yeah. Because I think every other one I did, like the timer was just constantly running. But I decided to pause the timer whenever I sleep or I'm AFK, which I actually like a lot. I'm gonna do that I think from now on. So like I'm still sleeping on stream, but I'm just like not running the timer while I'm not awake.
Definitely looked like it helped your mental.
Yeah, because I think the big thing was like there's no pressure for um I'm wasting time by sleeping. It's like if I want to sleep a long time because I'm just tired or something, I can just like keep the timer paused or Yeah, okay. Thank you for the $2 super chat, legend. Appreciate you. Much love. Thank you, Kane. Absolute legend. Thank you. The super chats are like delayed on the alert screen for some reason, but I can see them in chat. Have a great stream. Be back for the next one. Thank you, legend. Get some good rest. Okay. I will see you maybe for the Baldur's Gate stream or the Call of Dragons stream, whatever ends up happening first. And then yeah, tomorrow more Mario. I'm just gonna grind 70 star, I think, until I get a 50. And then I'll go back to 120 star, maybe. Unless just get really sick of 70 star.
What are you down to?
I have a 5130. So
Okay.
I wanna ideally shave off another 31 seconds, but I don't know how long I'm gonna commit to that. I don't know. I don't like 70 star quite as much as 120, but it has like positives that I'm trying to focus on. Like it's easier to get runs going in that category, so that's like a benefit, but now it's kind of it feels like there's like a
Do you
lot of
still
yeah.
do you still LBLJ for 70? Or
Now
is
you
that's not allowed, is it?
yeah, it's banned. So for 70 star, the rules for 70 star is like finish as fast as possible, get 70 stars. You're not allowed to do MIPS clip, you're not allowed to do BLJs, and you're not allowed to clip through or skip through star doors in any way. So it's like a no sequence break kind of category.
Got it.
Like even if you could clip through a star door with like some sort of hyperspeed wall kicks or something, like no MIPS, no BLJs, that would still be banned. So there's like the restrictions in that category. Some people say like, oh, it's like no major glitches, but that's not really true because there's still a lot of glitches. It's more like it feels more like any percent no sequence breaks if I had to like come up with a name for it or something. And
Hmm.
no BLJs, I guess, because like even there's levels where you could BLJ and then it would be faster, but they're banned in those levels. But 70 star at like a high level starts to have like weird things that make it crazier. Like world record strat is to do like island hop at the start, and then you do pillarless twice in the world record route. Like screw that. Like even for 120, so you only do pillarless once, but in 70 you have to do it 2 times. Dude, it's crazy. I'll be there. Have a great night, you two, Kane. Okay, get some good sleep. Thank you, legend. Dude, I will say though, like even after 5 years, Mario Super is such a good game. I really am like not sick of it in the slightest.
It is a really good game.
It is like crazy how fun that game is to speedrun. I think one thing that helps, the one thing I realized that I like about Mario, especially that like blackpilled me against like is a little bit, tiny bit, is that that game has like very little RNG relative to like how long the run is. Like there is RNG, don't get me wrong. Like every time coins burst out anywhere, they like kind of go in a semi-random order or whatever, and you have to like react to it. But like it's very little. Like there's nothing in the game where it's like, oh, I might just have to wait 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and especially for like the shorter categories, like 16 star and below, like there's no RNG as far as I know, aside from Bowser Dance, which can save you like a tiny fraction of a second. So I kind of like that. I like the low RNG, more skill. Because then it's like, it feels like it's easier to improve. Because I feel like then it's like, if you just get better, then you will just do better. Like it's, I remember like partly what was happening a little bit in Is was like I got to a certain skill level and then I was just like trying to get runs past Vagulian, and that was kind of like a bit annoying. You'd get like a really good run up to Vagulian and then it would just die because you got bad RNG, or there would be just kind of a mid run, but you'd have to keep running to Vagulian because like, oh, maybe he'll give me God RNG and then I'll just have to continue playing.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of, I didn't like that part of it. It's kind of like what like scared me about like Ocarina of Time 100%. Potentially I was like, man, Dampe looks like a shit part of this run. But I've been like more interested in maybe trying to run Ocarina of Time. I had a great time doing like the 100% Ocarina of Time playthrough. That was really fun. Dude, that game's aged. Ocarina of Time has aged so well. Like compared to like other old games, man, Ocarina of Time holds up so well.
That's the crazy thing. It seems like 64 games in general, not in general, but like, I mean, considering Super Mario 64, fantastic still today.
Yeah.
And Ocarina of Time also holds up really well.
Yeah, Mario 64 definitely for I feel like for casual players, Mario 64 has like a lot of jank, but Ocarina of Time is like definitely like super up there. Some games are like a lot more crazy, like playing GoldenEye if you didn't grow up with it, like feels probably pretty weird.
But imagine GoldenEye with mouse controls.
I'd be like overpowered.
Plus, like, GoldenEye will always have Streets 112, like the most motivational video ever.
The perfect line. Love that video. So how are you feeling about cup in a cup in a cup?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
There's I've had a couple that were mouth opening. They like bounced out,
Mouth opening is funny.
like right now.
Yo. It looks like you're getting you get the spin on the cup like really down.
Yeah. It's a lot of the distance. I had one set where I threw it just past the cup, but perfect lined up, and then the very next throw was just in front of the cup, perfect lineup.
Oh, damn, okay.
So it really is just the distance, I think. Like that.
Oh! Yo, dude, you're
55,
crazy.
55.
Holy shit. Okay, you crushed me on that one, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
What
I think
a...
you were about an hour 15 for that.
Yeah, I was definitely over an hour. And I had over 2,000 attempts, I think. Okay, you're up to the... You're in
Woo!
purgatory with me now. You've caught up. You were right, this is the great equalizer.
I think this is probably a good place to stop for today.
I agree. I got a decent amount of attempts of this in. Wait, oops, that's not menu. Stage select. How far?
It's so weird that menu every single time I click the wrong option first.
Yeah, because it looks like it should be like in the bottom, but it's like, no, let's just return. Let's leave the menu. So it's like wacky. Yeah, welcome back, Senna.
Oh man.
So,
Only took me like 4 hours to catch up
hey, you did it though.
in real time.
You're officially caught up. I'm like almost 4,000 attempts deep into chip 3 in a row.
Oh my god.
It's gonna it's gonna be this is gonna be the hardest one I think for sure. I'm like halfway to badminton at this point in terms of both.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, actually, I'm it's this is like I'm going way slower in this one, as in like I'm almost caught up with time, but attempts are halfway.
Right.
Funnily enough, which I guess makes sense. The badminton was just throwing a thing over and over, but the chip 3 in a row is like it's a little bit more like slow and calculated.
Mm-hmm. You've got to wait for the chip to like roll and maybe it'll land in, maybe it'll like tip
Yeah,
itself over.
yeah, it's a little touch and go for sure. But okay, thank you, Ben, for playing with me today. For anybody who's watching the stream, I'm gonna stay live on Twitch, so I'm not gonna go offline on Twitch. But I'm gonna end the YouTube stream now. I will go live on YouTube again at 3 p.m. my time. It's currently 1:30, so like in an hour and a half or so, I will be live on YouTube again for the Baldur's Gate stream. For anybody who wants to catch the Twitch sponsor stream, be sure to check out the stream. I'm gonna be live here for